Hi guys, it's Candy. Welcome back to Our Family Nest. So today we are on another episode of Ask Candi, and I didn't even have you guys send me any new questions because I got some good ones through email last time I posted an episode of Ask Candi, and there's some pretty deep questions, so there's not as many again this time. And I just want to preface with saying, like, I'm not a therapist, I'm not licensed to give advice, I have zero experience other than my own life experience. I just really enjoy people asking me for advice, and I share my thoughts and opinions. So it doesn't mean my opinion is the right one, is the right answer. It's just how I feel about the situation. So the first question is kind of long, so we're just going to jump into it. This question is something I'm not comfortable with asking my mom, so I was like, why not ask the next best person? I'm 18 years old and I'll be 19 in August. My boyfriend and I have been dating for a year. He's the sweetest guy and I'm happy with him, but the past couple months we have been having intimacy issues. I mean intimacy in all aspects, from sweet words, kisses, to touch, to sex. He has lost the interest in giving me any sort of affection. We have talked about this and he has assured me he loves me and wants to be with me, which I trust that this is true. He says that he just feels like it's too overwhelming or too much to give me affection of any kind. He's also not the best communicator, so that makes things even more difficult. Trust me, I know how this sounds. I told him how that hurts me, and he says it's not like I don't enjoy it, I just get overstimulated. I always bring up the fact that in our first 6 or so months of our relationship, he was very affectionate. There were zero issues, and he claims that he is just comfortable now and he doesn't feel the need to put that sort of effort in. I just generally don't understand what the issue is or how to work towards fixing it. It has been really upsetting me lately and consuming my mind, and I would just love some advice. So this question really sat with me for a long time after I initially read it. I kept thinking about it. I even brought it up to Ken just to see what his thoughts were and if we were on the same page. And I'm going to kind of answer this question as though Carly was presenting me with this issue, because you guys are the same age. She's been dating her boyfriend for a year as well. Like, what if she was asking me this question? And my thought is, I would tell her, well, if this relationship would continue as it is right now, where you feel like you're not getting enough affection or attention, there's a lack of intimacy, how would you feel if you could peek ahead another year from now, 5 years from now, you end up marrying this person? How are you going to feel if the relationship continues as it is? And if you know that you're not willing to sacrifice your needs because you want those types of things in a relationship, then maybe you should really question whether or not you should be in this relationship any longer. And if breaking up doesn't sound like something that you want to do because you just love him so much and there is, way more to a relationship than intimacy, then you need to be in a position where you can communicate that these are the things that are missing in your relationship. These are the needs that you have, and he has to be able to meet you halfway on those needs. It would kind of be like if you were dating a guy who was into going to NASCAR races. Maybe you don't really like NASCAR. Maybe you don't even like being at the racetrack because it's so loud and all these people are drinking, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just not your thing. But that's the kind of stuff that you sacrifice for a relationship, and you do them anyways because you're in love with this person and you want to make them happy. So I kind of look at intimacy as the same thing. You have to be maybe not necessarily on the same page where you see eye to eye and you're agreeable about it. Maybe his needs and desires, like physically, aren't the same as yours, and that's okay. But if he wants to be in a relationship with you, he has to give you those things to make you happy. I think when you're young and you're dating someone, and it's not like you're worried about like getting married tomorrow, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you don't want to waste years of your life in a relationship that's not going anywhere. So I think it might benefit you guys to sit down and maybe make a list of, you each write down, like without looking at each other's papers, what are the 10 most important things for you when it comes to a relationship. And maybe it's like trust and communication and hobbies that you guys enjoy together. Intimacy needs to be on that list. Like plans for your future. Does he want the same things you do? Are there children in your future? And then compare your lists and look at the things that are most important to him and then the things that are most important to you, and see if that's going to make you happy. What if all the things on his top of his list are things that aren't that important to you, and then vice versa? Like, that's kind of sometimes what you really need to look at to figure out if the person that you're with, you're meant to be with forever and ever. Wanting the same things in life and in a relationship is really, really important. So maybe this is a tiny little roadblock that you guys will overcome. Maybe there's something else going on in his life that's causing him to just go through this phase right now. But I think the more you talk about it and maybe come up with some ways to discover really long term, where is this relationship headed? What is that relationship going to look like? And if this is just the start of a future that isn't going to make both of you happy, then you need to take that into consideration. Hopefully that helps, and good luck. Keep me posted. I'd be interested to see if you guys talk about this further, how things are gonna go. Like, is this something he wants to change, or is he just 100% satisfied with the way things are in your relationship right now? All right, next question. I am a college student and I have a group of 3 friends. I would consider them to be my best friends, and I love spending time with them and we have a lot of fun together. However, I am the type of person who doesn't always have a social battery, and sometimes I just don't feel like socializing. I just want days to myself where I just relax in my own room and do whatever I want, but I don't know how to help my friends understand my need for my alone time without being rude. Any advice would be appreciated. I think if you're struggling, like verbalizing how you feel in those moments where you just don't want to go out and be social, maybe try writing it down. Not only is it going to help yourself, because writing down our feelings is great therapy for our own minds, but like write it down as though you're writing them a letter. Like, hey, friends A, B, and C, I just really feel like I need to share with you guys how I feel so you can have a better understanding of my feelings, and so you don't take it so personally and think I'm being rude when these things happen. And then just explain the situation and how you feel, that for your own mental health, you need time to yourself. It's not anything against them. You enjoy being with them. You enjoy going out, but you also just need time to yourself. I personally know I could never be one of those people that is like out on a Friday night and then go to dinner with my husband on a Saturday night, and then Sunday we have friends over out by the pool. Like, I would just die if I had to like be with other people like that constantly. Like, I'm even friends with people through social media, people that I know in real life, and then people that I just follow on social media that go out all the time and are at like parties and just different social events that I'm just like, no flipping way. I could not do it. I don't think that means like, oh, you need new friends and it's just not going to work out with the friends that you have. I just think the more like vocal you are about it and you share with them your feelings, hopefully they'll just understand. And then when they're asking you like, hey, everybody's going here Saturday night, you have to come, hopefully then when you say no, I'll pass, they'll just like let it go right then and there and quit like third degreeing you and begging you to go and trying to sell you on all the reasons why you have to go. I don't know, personally for me, I think even in my own friend group, I love when we get like raw and honest about our feelings. Like, surface level friendships are great, but those ones that I can really lean on and pour my heart out to are the friendships that I value the most. So I say go for it. If you feel like you can sit down and talk to them and get all your thoughts and feelings out when you're sitting down, or if you just want to write it all down and have them read it, I feel like it might be a little bit easier to really truly express how you feel. So you got this. I feel like you know what you need to say and do. Don't be afraid to do it. They're not going to reject you for just explaining how you truly feel. Okay, next question. Hi, I would like some advice. I'm a 25-year-old girl who has no friends, never had a boyfriend before, and my family is not supportive in any way, shape, or form. I attempted suicide last summer and ended up in the hospital for 9 days. I used to sleep with a bunch of guys just so I could feel something. I have since stopped sleeping around and now I just keep to myself. It seems to help a little, but I was wondering if you have any advice with how to power through life. P.S. Love you and your family. Been watching since I was 17. So thank you so much for being here with us all these years. First of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry that you felt like this world would be a better place without you in it. I'm so sorry that you were in a place where you felt like you needed to end your life. Like I'm almost speechless because this is just such a heavy question. Like I can answer how to power through life. We can talk about that, but the whole first part of your question, like I just want to hug you. I feel so bad. Like I can't imagine how it would feel to feel that you don't have the support of your family and that ending your life was the answer. And I hope you're in a better place right now. And if you're not, please reach out and get professional help. Anyone that's listening that has ever felt this way, like even if you feel like your friends and family aren't there for you, there are other people to reach out to, whether it be your church, your doctor. Call the suicide hotline, go to a hospital, get help. Like ending your life is never, ever, ever the answer. And I know it's such a subject that is so difficult to talk about or even make sense of, because mental health is all about feelings and only we know how we feel, and somebody can't tell you that your feelings are right or wrong. I think you can look at powering through life as simple as living day to day and just finding things that make you happy, and then also taking the aspects of life and turning situations that aren't so great into like better situations. I can remember sharing with one of my kids who was going through some struggles, and him not wanting to be around other people, go to work, pretty much do anything. And I was trying to start with the simple things like get a job, go to work, be around other people, make relationships, meet new people. And I know it sounds so stupid, like, oh, go get a job. Like, what is that going to fix? Nobody likes going to work. But it's not about the job. It's about everything else that is involved with having a job, having coworkers, meeting some new people, and then inviting them to do things outside of work. Like, you don't have to wait for them to invite you. Like, invite them. Like, hey, after work on Friday, do you want to go for a walk at the park? Like, just put yourself out there and make some new friends. And if you're not in a position where your job or your career, like let's say you already have all that in place and that's not giving you the tools to make new friends and meet new people so you can discover new things that make you happy day to day, you can reach out to people in other ways. Maybe it's through church, or maybe it's through social media. Dating apps don't necessarily have to be just for dating and hookups. I can't remember the name of it, but my friend was telling me about her daughter that moved like clear across the country. And there's like this app where you can use it even to just make friendships, to meet new people that have like similar interests. You know, it's kind of like you make one new friend and sometimes you get multiple new friends out of it because then you meet their friend group. If you really think about it, and even maybe for someone who's listening, who's already married in a happy relationship and loves their life, it only takes meeting one person to change your life forever. And whether it be that one person that becomes your significant other that you spend the rest of your life with, or that one person who you develop the strongest, most bestest friendship with that lasts the rest of your life. So I know you might be sitting back feeling like I have zero friends, no one to go out and have fun with, no one to talk to. We live in a world of millions of people, and it only takes one person to change your life forever. So odds are in your favor, as corny as it sounds. You're at the library and you like to read, or the bookstore, or the mall, whatever, and you see someone, or maybe like two girls are there together shopping or at the bookstore, and you just walk up to them and, hey, have you ever read this book? Just put yourself out there. Don't be embarrassed. We live in a world, especially since the COV word that you can't say in YouTube videos or you get demonetized. We live in a world now more than ever that people feel alone and disconnected from other people because of what we went through. So many people have social anxieties that they never had before, or they just don't feel like they have the skills to go out and meet new people and communicate. It's like it doesn't come natural to a lot of people because of what we all had to go through. So putting yourself in situations where you're trying to make new friends, trying to meet new people, you're truly, truly not alone. There's more of you out there than you think. You guys are probably gonna roll your eyes, but me and my lists, write down like 10 different ways, 10 different things that you could do to meet new people that are kind of revolved around activities that you enjoy. Because I always give examples that are things that I enjoy, like go to the bookstore, go to the mall, go to the library, walk at the park, because that's what I enjoy. But think of yourself, think of the things that you enjoy. And if it is through your church or some type of group of people that enjoy the same activity. Like I know our community, like most communities have like community center where they have classes. Maybe they're teaching you knitting or how to do certain things on a computer or yoga or a cooking class. Like think of the things that you're interested in and make a list of how you can kind of pull yourself out of your comfort zone, put yourself out there doing things that you enjoy, meet some new people. And if you truly put some of those plans into action, give yourself even 6 months of work. You're gonna have to put in the work. Give yourself 6 months of work, and I think your life can be completely different 6 months from now. Okay, wow, this felt like a really heavy, deep episode, and I know we only answered a few questions, but we're gonna end things here, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed listening. Hopefully you could take something away from something I said today and use it in your life. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask me for the next episode, you can email me at mail@ourfamilynest.com, or you can send me a DM through Instagram as well, which is @ourfamilynest. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today. We'll be back with our next episode in 2 weeks. Make it a great one, guys. We'll see you.